Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Kern. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager career. As we're heading to the season finale in Valencia. It's here for the final time as a Moto3 rider. We'll see Dan MacDonald qualify on his Mahindra, gunning for glory as the championship leader. But the battle is still not over. And old Canet, the two-time winner in his home race as well, be gunning down MacDonald. MacDonald only has to finish in, I think it's the top 5, and he's won the title. So let's see how close we can get to that top 5 in qualifying. Probably not right up there, but at least top 15, I think in qualifying we could get. Let's go on a high here. I won that place in Moto3. Of course, there was a good run on the Mahindra in Season 3. Just didn't quite have the race pace or race craft to go along with it, but he's definitely shown that in Season 4. Had a few mistakes on the way. Been up and down some places, but the down races have been much less than they have been in previous seasons. And he normally ends the season strongly, does MacDonald. Apart from last year, they got away from him. But he's definitely showing with the biggest of pressure. In all 3 races, he's responded after I got away from him in Australia, but he responded brilliantly in the last round in Malaysia. Let's see if he can just hold his nerve here in Valencia. As that was a pretty decent final corner. It's been a decent lap, I feel, but not time-wise. Look at that, 42.6, where we need to be around a 1 minute 40 to be right up there. As he gets off his bike. And we look, it's quite funny. If you're seeing the red in the background as well, we've got the cloud over the sun, so get a bit wetter for the race. Who knows? Like we've seen previously, has Mir grabs the final pole of the season ahead of Fanati with Canet in 3rd. Martin leads the 2nd row ahead of Bulliger and McPhee, all Italian 3rd row. Get your drinks out with Magello rounding out the top 10 has Cornfield's the top Peugeot in 17th, and McDonald's the top Mahindra just ahead of Della Porta and Suzuki as he leads the 7th row. Where's Kumar qualified? He's on the 9th row, of course he is, alongside Bo Herrera in 26th. We finish Patrick right at the back. So, stage is set. Who is going to win the Moto3 World Championship?
Good morning from the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia, where the final round of this year's Moto3 World Championship is about to get underway.
As we look at the grid for the final time this season, and you can look in the background actually, it's a bit sunnier it looks like than in qualifying, so I thought it might get wetter. It's just doing the opposite as we're about to see light still. Leading that 7th row in 19th. He's got lots of work to do in the race, just like last season, but he got a podium then. If he does that again, it'd be very good as Magnum's there. And there are usual suspects right at the back.
Here at Valencia's Ricardo Tormo circuit, everything ready now, and in the riders' minds, there's room for one single thought: getting to the finish line first.
Or for MacDonald, just getting enough points so he can finally win that championship. Break the Spanish domination. As we will see after 6 laps here. He can do that. As he's getting past that top Peugeot of Kornfeld. And he's getting into the slipstream of Guevara in his home race, having another poor start. And Rodrigo as well. That's allowed MacDonald up into 13th already. Fantastic start from the Scot. As he's got Loyola in front. Driving down the inside the Belgium. And then running right on the exit. Allow him through, not quite into the left-hander. Going to the right, another heavy braking zone, looking around the outside of Bastianini, looking down the inside of Hotel. It gets up into the top 10. MacDonald had to brake heavily there. The German. Again. Oh, going into that left-hander onto the back straight. Running wide. Not a good run while Nordin gets past Loy. He might have been held up here by the injuries, getting held up by the German in front. He's just not sure whether to get that by Bastianini, and it's like on this opening that. As looking further up the field, you can see Canet might already be in the lead. So here goes MacDonald down the inside of Hotel. Oh, the German not liking that. Shutting the door. And the elusive rider. He's got Nurdin right behind the Malaysian. Coming off scoring points in his home round, of course, last time out. And it's like Loy's now got past him. Now we approach the final corner. Such a tricky braking zone, very easy to miss the apex. We've got to make sure you get on the power half for this long front straight as Bastianini's made up another position past Antonelli. Nurdin's back past Loy as he goes into the second lap. It's MacDonald in 12th. Canet leading, and he's definitely on the podium at least. Loy's got some work to do this race. And on this second lap, he's already dropping back. It's only been one corner. Hotel's getting away slightly. Using all that curve there on the inside. Magello did the fast out opening that 44.5 from the Italian. And we're just slotting in here at the low end. Battle for the top 10. As McPhee's dropped down to 10th. On Bastianini. Antonelli's on the move this lap. So is MacDonald looking down the inside of Hotel. Easing his way past the German up into 11th. Now I'm trying to get past Murphy. He's had some good battles with his fellow squad this season. This one is over very quickly, is it? Down the inside, Anthony's been passed by Bastianini. So here comes MacDonald down the inside, the KTM rider. Into the right-hander. Oh, and down the inside of Bastianini as well. Which has just allowed Antonelli to take advantage of that and grab back 2 positions. Almost into the back of the Italian through the right-hander. MacDonald goes round the outside. And now we've got Di Giannantonio, I believe that is in front. Or was that Fanati? We've got Bulliger in front of him. And then Martin round out the top 5. Or was that Magello round out the top 5? So that is Fanati right at the front. So that is Di Giannantonio in front of us. He tries to get in the slipstream with Antonelli. Not sure which side to go on the Italian. And it's like the inside in the end. He's made it the fastest lap. 41.1. Now here comes MacDonald with an ambitious note down the inside of the Italian there. For 7th, but not quite working out as Martin is battling Bulliger for 4th. No surprise there. But those two are sharing the same space on the track. As he's got a 2 Sky tyre riders behind him as Martin. In his home race, of course, looking to do well. End the season well. And about for 4th place as well with Bulliger. As all, MacDonald got a superb run. Di Giannantonio up into 7th place. And as you can see, we've got 2 packs of 3 in front as well. Here comes the Italian back at us. We've got Fanati, Mir and Canet in the front 3. And as I said, we've got Martin and the 2 Sky Italia riders in the next 3. MacDonald looking to latch onto the back of them as we approach halfway through this race. And it looks like Fanati's second, Mir's third, Canet's winning. Not just the race, but the championship at the moment, I believe. We've got mathematics, right? Not mathematics. That's something totally different. As Magello gets up into 4th, Bastianini up into 8th as you're halfway through this race. MacDonald not quite where he needs to be. But he's had a decent run up the order on that previous lap. So he just needs to have a good lap here and he can latch onto the back of those 3. And Be in a good position for that final lap. The final couple of laps. Berger's back up into 4th ahead of Martin. Oh, MacDonald runs right. Allowed Bastianini to come back at him. Doesn't look like the kit for the Italian. It's connected the fast out in that previous lap, 41.1. Go around slightly wide there. But he's not losing track. The Italian in front. He's losing track of the pair in front actually. It's Mugello. Which is good news for MacDonald. He eases into his clutches while Martin Berger battle like hell for 4th. Not just in the race but in the championship as well. Here comes MacDonald from far back. Oh, he had to go to the grass there. Too ambitious. It's now the Germans coming on strong up into 8th. With Bastianini behind us. As you can see, he's almost a second behind, so you don't have the nut behind us, MacDonald. Just concentrate on the battle in front. Antonelli's past Bastianini for 9th. And now he's up into 8th as the Italian, having a superb run going into that final corner. But now here comes MacDonald with the slipstream. And a very good one, 41.2 as well. Very good that from MacDonald. Gets it over 140 miles per hour, brakes just in front of the Italian and grabs 6th place. And now just one more position and I think MacDonald is safe. Actually might be 4th he needs to go for. Because then it doesn't matter what Canet does. He can win the race, MacDonald would have won the championship. It's on this penultimate lap, now he's going to try and ease to the back of Martin Berger. As Fenati's in 3rd, a very good podium for the Italian. He's not had the best race pace, has he, this season, hasn't he? He's had some superb qualifying. Okay, so in the race, he's just fallen back at times. Just gets swamped, especially on that opening lap. Or in the second half of races, he just steadily falls back. As here goes MacDonald down the inside of Berger, who's looking down the inside of Martin. Probably a wise decision to back out of that one. But he's where he needs to be heading on to the final lap. He's got a second gap behind. Could be even better for him. He's down the inside of the Italian. He tried to nick down the inside of Martin, which compromised him. And now MacDonald tries to have a nick at the Spaniard coming out of the final corners. Oh, Berger with a brave dive down the inside there. The final corner, never going to work out. As here comes MacDonald, look at that 3 wide heading on to the final lap of the season for the win. MacDonald with the slipstream past Martin into 4th. Defending the inside into the first corner. As Mears past Fenati for 2nd, Canet is winning. MacDonald did a fast out of 40.6. Looking into the 40s. He's producing it when he needs it, does. He's the elusive rider. He's the Hinja rider. He's done a lot until this Hinja the past couple of seasons. And he's about to get his crowning achievement. But there's half of that to go. Anything could happen. As he goes into the left-hander. It's slightly wide, but that's actually pretty nice, actually, just clipping that curb. You can see almost 2-second gap to Fenati in front. He won't be able to close that up. Got a half-second gap on Martin, though, behind. He won't be looking behind him, heading into braking zones at the moment. Here we go into the tight right-hander. Very, difficult corner. But he hits the apex booth, he does MacDonald. He's gaining on Fenati all the time. He's building the gap to Martin behind all the time. As there's just one corner to go. No mistakes here, MacDonald. Just ease it bike in towards the apex. Or go slightly wide, but it doesn't matter. As Mir takes the lead from Canet. As Berger takes 5th from Martin behind. MacDonald crosses the line. And I think he is your new Moto3 champion. In 4th, he definitely is. As Mir won the race from Canet. Fenati a couple tenths of a second back. MacDonald with the fastest up into 4th place. In the end, quite a lonely position, 1.5 seconds behind the top 3. And then 1.5 seconds ahead of the 3 behind, which is Budiga, Martin and Mugello. With Otel in 8th, Antonelli 9th, Bastianini 10th, McPhee 11th, DJ Antonio 12th, Loy in 13th, Nuruddin 14th, and Sasaki with the final point ahead of Ramirez. Disappointment for the Spaniard as he's finished 10th for a second behind the Japanese rider. Danilo 17th, Arbelino in 18th. What the hell was that? I do apologise. Kumar in 19th. A good way to end the season with another top 20 finish ahead of Suzuki. Bezecchi 21st, Bent Snyder in 22nd, Kornfeld the top Peugeot in 23rd, Paglani in 24th, Herrera 25th, Arenas 26th, Della Porta dropping down the order in the race from the Italian down to 27th, so for Rodrigo in 28th, a disappointing race for the Argentine rider, Thai rider in 29th, Tuba in 30th, Perkintin in 31st, again, horrible pronunciation, got to apologise for that. Guevara in 32nd, a horrible race for that team. Once again, and on home turf as well for Guevara. And finishing last in the final race of the season is Binder, the South African, a 2.5 back. So the final championship standings, and it is confirmed. Dan MacDonald is finally a Moto3 World Champion. Joan Mir has been disposed. There's a new king in town and one way to end his Moto3 career as well. What a final race on the Mahindra as he finishes just 6 points ahead of Canet in the end. If Mir didn't snatch that victory, in the end it would be just a single point between Canet and MacDonald. That's how close it's been between the pair this whole season. It's toed and froed. MacDonald has led the championship most of the season, but still Canet has just not got away. He's been very dogged, determined. In the end, he fell just short of the double champion of the Scots, with Budiga in 4th. And as you can see, the former champion, Joan Mir, 37 points back in the end. Considering he was almost 3 race wins behind at one stage, it's been a good second half of the season for him. Even though, as I said, at times he's just gone disappear and he's not quite attacked as you would expect in the past. He's still right up there in the championship. Budiga in 4th, Martin in 5th, 14 points behind the Italian, 7 points ahead of Fanati in 6th, Mugello 7th. And there's been a change in the top 10 in the order, with Antonelli leapfrogging ahead of McPhee by 2 points in the final standings, with Bastianini rounding out the top 10. Disappointing for McPhee. After being right up there in the early rounds, he has just dropped down the order. Otel in 11th, not finishing in the top 10 after being in the top 10 for most of the season. Very disappointing for the German on the K10. DJ Antonio in 12th, Loy in a very comfortable 13th, ahead of Nuruddin in 14th. Guevara in 15th, a disappointing end to the season, but still a top 15 finish in the championship, not too bad. Dinado 16th, Binder 17th, Ramirez 18th, Rodrigo 19th, Suzuki ahead of Sasaki in the battle of the Japanese riders. As 21 riders scored this season, with Kumar the best of the non-point scores in 22nd. I believe that's the best championship standing for our teammate, but again a teammate didn't quite score a point. I do have to look at that for the Moto2 season next season. Well, Della Porta is 23rd on the Mahindra. Best Peugeot, Kornfeld in 24th. Arbelino in 25th, leapfrogged ahead of Herrera in the final standings with his good finishing position. Herrera 26th, Bezecchi 27th, Paglani 28th, Tuba 29th. I'm finally going to try and pronounce the Thai rider's name, so I do apologise deeply for what this is going to sound like. Atirapuvapat 30th, Arenas in 31st, Bent Snyder in 32nd, and Pukin 9 33rd, and last finish Patrick in last place on the Peugeot. And in the constructors standings, Honda wins the championship by 55 points in the end from Mahindra. We're 68 points ahead of KTM, and Peugeot did not score. So it is confirmed that MacDonald is your world champion. Will step up to Moto2 as the Moto3 king, ahead of Kenneth and Mir, the previous kings. As the weekend recap, it was a very successful end to the season, not just for MacDonald but also for Elusive, as they got the race objectives. They're going to earn a handsome amount of credits, no doubt, for MacDonald's finishing position and reputation. As well as Kumar ended his season well, started 26th, leapfrogged up to 19th in the final, reckoning 22nd in the championship position. As he improves his short management and calling, and MacDonald improves his braking up to 81. He's into the 80s now with abilities. Crazy. As, oh, look at all those credits. Get a bonus of around 165,000. Is that 160,000 for that finishing position for Kumar as well as MacDonald. And reputation earned about 4,000 more than we normally do. So, very nice. As to end the season, we've got an activity and test to do. But before that, we're going to look at the standings for the other championships, beginning with MotoGP, where Yamaha won the team's rankings ahead of Honda, with Ducati 3rd, Tech 3 in 4th, LCR 5th, Pramac 6th, Suzuki 7th, Aprilia in 8th, Mark VDS 9th, Avintia in 10th, Aspar in 11th, and KTM in last. As in the constructor standings in MotoGP, Yamaha win the championship by 42 points ahead of Honda, with Ducati 3rd, Suzuki 4th, Aprilia 5th, and KTM in 6th. So in the riders' standings, it was Vinales by a single point from Marquez, something we can look forward in real life, of course, as well for many years to come. With Rossi in 3rd, the old master still got it right up there in the championship, with Dovi in 4th, Pedrosa 5th, Crutcho 6th, Zarco in 7th, ahead of Lorenzo. Iannone with a good position in the championship for Suzuki in 9th, ahead of Petrucci. Folger in 11th, Red in 12th, Alicia Spargo in 13th on this Aprilia, Chapman at 14th, Alex Rins 15th, Thor's about 16th, Overo Baptista 17th, and Hector Barber, the last point scorer in the season, out in 18th out of 23 riders, with Tito Rabat, Paul Espargo, Bradley Swift, Kyle Abram, and Sam Lowe's not scoring a single point. So in Moto2, Calix win the constructor stands by 201 points in the end from KTM, with Tech 3 in 3rd, Suter 4th, and Speed Up in 5th. As in the Riders' Championship, it is Alex Marquez by 35 points from Franco Morbidelli, with Thomas Luthi in 3rd, 10 points ahead of Miguel Oliveira on his KTM, the lone charge on the KTM as well. Fantastic from the Portuguese rider, with Pastini in 5th, Nakagami in 6th, Marini in 7th, who leapfrogged Quartararo in the final stands in the final round, but still very good position for the Frenchman. You've got Verge in 9th, Baldassari in 10th, ahead of Shirota, Danny Kent 12th. You've got Bagnaia, Agata, Raffin, Pons, and Corsi, the last point scorer, in 17th, with 15 riders not scoring points. It's a bit closer in Moto2, isn't it? Now, there's not as many odd results springing up like you see in MotoGP or Moto3. Has Brad Binder's the best of the non-point scorers, the South African in 18th, ahead of Sorin, Simoni, Isaac Vinales, Cortese, Jorge Navarro, Remy Gardner, Edgar Pons, Nakashima, Lonnie Hernandez, Pauli, Bassani, Manzi, Ochoa, and Locatelli. So those are the standards. Let's actually go to this activity now. And we can do a sponsor event, get 6,000 credits, do a gala evening, get 800 reputation, go to the gym and do some coaching for our abs and back muscles for our riders, improve their coordinability by 20%, or agree with an airline, reduce management costs to nothing, reduction of 100%, or do a test session, improve a part by 2 weeks, but we're not improving any parts at the moment, and we won't be doing it in Moto2 because the Calix is fully developed, so there's no point in trying to do the test session in that categories. So I'm simply going to go with the agreement with the airline. I think that gives us slightly more, or saves us slightly more than the sponsor event. Probably contradicting something I said earlier in the series, but I think I'm going to go with the agreement with the airline. As now we have got to go on to next season and do all of our off-season changes, which I'm going to do at the beginning of the next episode. So now up for watching. Thank you for watching another season of MotoGP 17 Manager Career. We'll be heading up, we'll be stepping up to Moto2 finally. I know lots of people are looking forward to that, me included. So I will see you then.